There's a moment in every life. A quiet, unshakable second when the world goes still. And the voice inside finally speaks louder than the noise outside. It doesn't scream. It doesn't beg. It doesn't explain. It simply says, "You were born for more." And deep down, you already knew that. Not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. Because greatness doesn't knock politely. It aches inside of you. It burns in your gut when you watch others rise. Not out of jealousy, but out of recognition. That you, too, were made to rise. But you've been waiting. Hesitating. Negotiating with yourself for far too long. Let me tell you something, and I need you to hear it in your bones. You were born to do something great, so start acting like it. Not tomorrow. Not after the fear goes away. Not when it's convenient or comfortable. Now. Because life doesn't wait. It doesn't pause for permission. It rewards the bold. The willing. The disciplined. The ones who move even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Understand this. The average man lets the world shape him. The great man shapes the world through the force of his decisions. You were not born to conform. You were not born to repeat the same day 36,000 times and call it a life. You were not put here just to work, consume, and die. You were born to build, to create, to transform, to become. To live with such vision, such clarity, that your very presence commands motion. But greatness is not automatic. It is a conscious decision made daily, hourly, minute by minute. And it starts where everything else does. In the mind. Let me ask you something, and don't answer too quickly. What do you believe about yourself, when no one's watching? Because belief is the birthplace of destiny. Every invention, every fortune, every revolution, every masterpiece was once just a thought, clutched inside the mind of someone who refused to let it die. Do you understand what that means? That means the life you want already exists. In potential, waiting for belief to breathe it to life. That's what Napoleon Hill meant when he wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Not just think about. Not just wish for. But believe. To believe is to know before you see. To see it so clearly in your mind that the outside world has no choice but to match your vision. To believe is to walk with conviction while others wait for signs. To act while they doubt. To move forward when everyone else is stuck in reverse. Because you're not waiting for the perfect moment. You're creating it. Listen closely, the greatest enemy you will ever face is not fear. It's indecision. Fear is natural. It visits everyone. But indecision is fatal. It's the slow suffocation of potential. It's watching your future bleed out, drop by drop, while you argue with your comfort zone. And let's be real, most people never leave the driveway of their destiny. Because they're too busy washing the car of their excuses. They polish their limitations. They protect their doubts like family heirlooms. They call it being realistic. But it's just fear, dressed up in logic. You were not built for that. You were not called to sit in the stands and applaud someone else's courage. You were born to get on the field, to take the hits, to grow the muscles life demands from you. And let's get one thing straight. Greatness doesn't show up with balloons and celebration. It shows up in silence, with sweat, with sacrifice. When no one's watching and no one's clapping and the only fuel you have is your vision. This is the truth no one wants to say. You don't get what you want. You get what you believe you're worth. And what you're willing to work for relentlessly. The mirror will always ask the same question. Did you show up like someone who knew they were born for more? And if your answer is no, that's not shame. That's fuel. Because every second is a choice. Every day is a vote for the future you believe in, or the one you've settled for. So don't settle. Don't shrink. Don't ask the world for permission to shine. Stand up. Lock in. Rise with fire in your chest and truth in your hands. Because this is your time. And you were born to do something great. Now act like it. You don't need more time. You need more clarity, more conviction, more courage. Most people walk through life hoping success will find them. But success doesn't knock. It answers those who knock harder. This isn't about talent. It's not about luck, followers, degrees, or what you were born into. It's about one thing. The decision to take full command of your life. To say, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how many times I fall. I don't care who doubts me. I will become what I was born to be. That kind of fire changes things. That kind of mindset bends the universe in your direction. But it only comes when you stop lying to yourself. When you stop blaming the past, the economy, your upbringing, your circumstances. Because the harsh truth is this. No one is coming to save you. There's no secret formula. There's no shortcut. And there's no rescue crew. But here's the good news. You are the hero you've been waiting for. It's been you all along. You don't need to be perfect, you need to be consistent. You don't need every answer, you need a reason deep enough to keep moving. And once you find that reason, you become unstoppable. See, purpose is more powerful than pressure. Vision beats resistance. And discipline. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. You show me someone who's willing to do it when they don't feel like it. And I'll show you someone the world can't ignore. Because motivation comes and goes. But identity? Identity is forever. So ask yourself. Who are you becoming with every decision you make? When you hit snooze instead of rising with intention. You're not just losing time. You're casting a vote for the version of you that stays stuck. When you scroll for hours instead of building your dream. You're choosing distraction over destiny. And that's the harsh reality. Every choice is a vote. For the life you want, or the life you fear. So if you want to change your future, you don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You just need to start voting differently. One choice at a time. One commitment at a time. One day where you say, enough. I go all in, today. That's when the shift happens. When you stop treating your dream like a hobby. And start treating it like your mission. When you show up not just when it's easy. But when it's hard, inconvenient, and uncomfortable. Because that's where champions are made. In the quiet moments when no one's watching. And you decide to push anyway. It's not the big wins that build you. It's the thousands of silent reps in the dark. It's the sacrifices no one sees. The discipline no one praises. The self-belief no one understands. Until the results speak so loud you don't have to. You want respect. Respect your craft. Respect your standards. Respect the gift of being alive today with a shot to make something of yourself. Because someone out there would kill for your opportunity. And one day, you won't have the time you have now. So what are you waiting for? Permission? Validation? A perfect plan? Forget all of that. Start with what you have. Start where you are. And build like your life depends on it, because it does. You've got a gift inside you that this world hasn't seen yet. A version of you that's stronger, clearer, bolder than anything you've shown so far. But that version doesn't just show up. It's summoned. Through action. Through belief. Through relentless self-discipline. So today, don't lower your standards to match your current circumstances. Raise your energy to match your future. Speak it. Walk like it. Think like it. Act like it, until the world has no choice but to adjust to who you've become. Because you were not born average. You were born chosen. And the clock is ticking. This is the moment. Not next week. Not after you feel ready. Now. Because someday is a myth. Later is a lie. And perfect timing? That's just procrastination in disguise. You don't need a sign from the universe. You are the sign. Every breath you take is proof that purpose still lives inside you. And until that breath runs out, you have work to do. You have dreams that chose you for a reason. You have talents the world hasn't fully seen yet. You have stories that can set others free. But only if you're bold enough to live them first. So stop shrinking to fit spaces you've outgrown. Stop waiting for someone to hand you what you were born to build. Stop treating potential like a someday fantasy instead of a daily discipline. Let this be the day you remember forever. The day you stopped playing small. The day you looked in the mirror and said, "No more excuses. No more delays. No more hiding. I will become who I was created to be, or die trying." Because that's what greatness demands. It demands obsession with your growth. It demands brutal honesty about where you've been playing safe. It demands that you break the chains of your past and decide to rise. Not because it's easy, but because it's right. The world will try to convince you to fit in. To stay quiet. To aim low. To follow the script. But you didn't come here to follow. You came here to lead. To break patterns. To defy odds. To become the example others never had. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not your fear. You are possibility. You are power. You are proof that resilience is louder than pain. So get up. Stand tall. Raise your standards like your life depends on it, because it does. Cut the dead weight. Silence the doubt. Surround yourself with people who fuel your fire, not dim your light. And if they don't believe in you, good. Let them watch. Let your success be the loudest "I told you so" this world has ever heard. Because nothing speaks louder than the person who refused to give up. Nothing is more dangerous than the one who keeps going. Even after everyone else stopped. Be that person. Be relentless. Be disciplined. Be undeniable. And when your time comes, when you stand at the top of the mountain you once could only see in your dreams, don't just celebrate. Reach back and pull someone else up. Be the reason someone else keeps going. Be the evidence that greatness isn't a gift. It's a decision. And you decided to rise. So let the world feel your fire. Let your life become the proof that it's never too late to become everything you were born to be. Because you were not made to survive this world. You were made to change it. You were born to do something great. And now, you're doing it.